Hey everyone, Caitlin the LC here. I'm here today to teach you about cluster pumping and how you can use cluster pumping to boost milk supply. So let's say that you're exclusively pumping for your baby and you've noticed that your baby suddenly wants to take more milk at each feed. So let's say that before your baby was happy consuming around 80 to 100 mLs or 2.5 to 3.5 ounces. And all of a sudden now they seem ravenous, they want more. That's no longer enough. They want about 100 to 130 per feeding session. And you're like, oh my goodness, like I can't keep up with this baby's demands. I think I'm gonna have to supplement with another milk. So instead of, beating yourself up and thinking I'll never be able to produce enough milk, cluster pumping is a great way to help mimic a baby's growth spurt. So a baby that's breastfeeding, when they go through a growth spurt, they might cluster feed for a day or two. And that's when they seem insatiable at the breast. They just want to keep going back for a day or two. And what they're doing when they keep going back to the breast is they're telling the mom, the parent, that there needs to be more milk created. So we can do the same thing with the pump. Now we might be a day or two behind because it might take us a day or two to realize what's going on with our babe, but we can catch up. So with cluster pumping, what you want to do is you want to leave your pump in a really open space, like a space where you are all the time. So right now I'm sitting at my kitchen table. I would spend a lot of time here with my kids. They'd be playing right there. I'd be doing some cooking in the kitchen. I'd be relaxing with them, feeding with them. So it has to be in a really open space for you. And what you want to do is pretty much every time you walk by it, and I know this is going to sound like a lot, but for a day or two, every time you walk by it, you want to put on the pump. And whether or not you're putting on the pump for like 3 minutes, 6 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, all right, you're pumping frequently. It's like the babe that keeps coming back to the breast and being like, I'm hungry. Okay, so literally you're gonna walk by, oh, there's a pump. And then I'm gonna pump for 3 minutes or 4 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever it is that I'm able to do. I'm gonna put my pump down. I'm gonna go about my business again. And then maybe an hour later, I come back and I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to pump again. And I'm gonna do this again. So the idea here is to get in frequent pumping sessions. You're not gonna notice that your milk supply is suddenly bigger during that day. But what you've done, you've gone from maybe pumping 7 or 8 times a day, and then you went and you pumped 16 times that day. So you've told your body, hey, there's a baby here that's still hungry that requires more milk. So that's what cluster pumping is. I know it sounds like a lot of work and something that maybe is like daunting and there's no way I could do that. My baby requires so much attention, I wouldn't be able to do that. What you want to do is you want to plan for this, okay? So you don't want to just do it on the fly. You want to plan when you have help. So, when your partner is home, or when you can call over your best friend and she can hang out with you for the day, or when you can call over your mother-in-law or your mother or your grandmother to come and help out with the baby while you cluster pump to help boost supply. So oftentimes that might be on the weekend when you're able to do that, when people are home from work. And you can wait until then and just keep up with your regular pumping routines, but plan to have that 24 hours of crazy cluster pumping to help boost supply. Remember to like and subscribe below and comment on whether or not you ever tried cluster pumping and if that worked for you. Okay, take care. Bye, everyone.